Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Ankit. Currently I work at ZS Associates. This video is a part of the series called Placement Process Explained. In this series, I've interviewed different people who have got selected into different companies so that you can have an understanding of what to expect in the placement process of different companies when you appear for them yourself. You can find the video on other companies on my channel. Do not forget to subscribe and join me on Telegram for placement related updates. With that, let's begin. Hi Sarthak, thank you for joining me today.
Hi Ankit, good. It's a good thing to be here.
So, how are you?
I'm doing good. Just the weekend right now, so
All right,
relaxing.
makes sense. So, let's directly jump to the point. Uh, Please introduce yourself, as in which college are you from, what was your CGPA when you got placed, and which company are you working in currently?
I'm from VIT Chennai, and the company that I am currently working in is Bank of America, and my CGPA during the placement was 7.02.
Okay, and what was your branch?
My branch was electronics and computer engineering.
Okay. So, what is your profile in the company, and what does your day-to-day work seem like in simple terms?
My profile is my designation was software engineer,
Mhm.
um, band A1, they say, I think.
Okay.
And my area that I'll be working is called Global Market Risk and Technology. So in short, it's GMRT.
Okay. All right. So, what were the prerequisites for this company and role? I mean, there are certain prerequisites now, like CGPA or number of branches they allowed. So, what was it for this company?
Yeah, so for Bank of America, there were mainly, I think, 6 to 7 branches, including computer science. Then we have those branches which have computer science with specialization. And then we had ECM, electronics and computers. And
Okay.
other than, apart from the branch thing, I think the prerequisite for CGPA was, I think, above 6, and for 10th and 12th it was about 60%.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's dive deeper into this. So, how many rounds were there in total for the placement process?
So for Bank of America there were total 3 rounds, and I think first one was the general round that happens for shortlisting the kids, and then second and third were like a telephonic and then face-to-face interview.
Okay. So, we would like to hear details about the rounds. So, could you please explain the first round in little bit more detail, as in what questions were there, what was the syllabus that was covered in it?
Yeah, sure. So talking about the first round, like since we all are working, like since we all are at home, so different companies tend to have the first round on different platforms like HackerRank, Hacker Earth, and some might even have their own platform. And Bank of America had a platform called HireView. So what happens in that is it's like obviously in as in most of the online tests your camera would be on.
Mm-hmm.
So here for the first round we had like 5 questions.
Okay.
um then in those 5 questions, two were the coding rounds, two were the coding questions, and one question was explaining the logic behind the code, and two were the normal HR questions. I don't remember exactly what, but
Okay.
they were quite related to your behavior sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sarthak, about the coding questions, can you tell us which topics they were from, if you remember, and where had you prepared
Yeah,
for the coding rounds of any company in general?
I wouldn't say they were easy, but they were pretty sort of on a medium level. And the questions that I got were based on arrays, and mainly I code in Python, so it was pretty. I was able to code it in few lines. And talking about preparation, I mainly prepared from Geeks for Geeks for all the coding questions, because it has a lot of articles and a lot of information. So it's like if you start picking one topic, then you can go in depth.
Okay, okay. All right. So how many students made past the first round, if you can remember?
I if I'm sure, I think some
Okay.
220 people had applied, and after the
Mm-hmm.
first round, I think it was just the half. I think 117 or something were there
Okay.
after the
Okay.
first round.
All right. So let's move on to the second round now. Could you explain that?
Yeah. So second round was a telephonic interview.
Mm-hmm.
I think that went around for, if I'm not wrong, I think 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
It went on. So
Mm-hmm.
there, again, I was asked questions based upon my first round. So what question you had, how did you do, and then then obviously they have your resume, so they'll ask questions from your resume, from your projects,
Mm-hmm.
from your um, from the internship or the training that you would have done during your third year, and then all the skills that you've mentioned, all that of all sorts of that thing was covered in the second round. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Okay. And then there was also a third round, right?
Yeah, that's right. So when we got a mail saying that we have our telephonic interviews scheduled,
Mm-hmm.
I thought only one round would be there on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then I got to know there's a third round also on that day, which would
Okay.
be, a face-to-face interview. So I got this, I sort of panicked because I wasn't expecting this, because I had no idea, because mentally I wasn't prepared, to be really honest.
Okay.
So that was there. So talking about the third round, uh, I think it was the normal like this, on a WebEx meeting, where we discussed more about the technical aspect from the resume, about DBMS, SQL, then the languages that I'd mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
Python, OOPS concepts. So all that were discussed in length in my in the third interview.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I think we have covered all the points that were required for the placement process. So, like on an ending note, what are the tips that you would like to give to the juniors who are applying for placements? As in, what skills should they acquire, or which platforms should they practice on? I mean, how they should approach this whole thing, the placement.
So the main thing is, I mean, if you're sitting for some, technical companies, or you want a SDE role, or is anything pertaining close to coding, so you have to be, I won't say be an excellent or exceptional coder, but you should be able to solve the questions that is given. Because in first round, we obviously look at Amazon, Microsoft, and we get intimidated. We have to code very nicely, but that's just that I think 1, 2, or 5% of the company that we're looking and getting scared of. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
the rest 95, I think they ask on a very basic or easy level question, easy to medium, I would say. So that's there, and obviously, resume matters. It should be neat and clean, and you should be knowing what's there on the resume. I mean, even if you, don't know, you can still
Mm-hmm.
put it, but make sure you can speak something about it.
Makes sense.
So that's about it.
Okay, okay. All right. So thank you, Sarthak, for joining us today. I think this video will be very useful to the candidates who are appearing for placements this year and even year onwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ankit. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. Do not forget to subscribe and join me on Telegram. Thank you.